Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sonia and I'm so glad that you're here. If you are a fan of MAC Cosmetics like I am, you likely have a lot of their lipsticks. They have been discontinuing some of their older ones in favor of newer formulas, which sometimes can be kind of annoying in my opinion. What I'm going to be doing today is I thought that I would take a few minutes to compare a couple of the older shades that I have with their newer counterparts. So I will be doing Velvet Teddy compared with Cool Teddy and Twig compared with Twig Twist. They are slightly different than the original version. I'm not sure if you can see it as well on camera, but I will show it the best that I can. And I'm going to be swatching them in both studio lighting and natural lighting. I will also be trying them on, with one side being the older version and the other side being the newer version. And I've also bribed my husband again to borrow his arm because he's of a much lighter skin tone than I am, me being South Asian and brown and him being German and white. So our skin tones are quite different and the lipsticks do look quite different on his skin tone versus mine. I thought that that would be helpful for some of my friends on here who are of a lighter skin tone. So please stick around if you're interested and I will see you at the end of the video. I'm going to start with clean lips. I have wiped off my lipstick and lip liner, although there may be a bit of residue from the lip liner. First up, I'm going to compare Twig with Twig Twist. They really don't look very similar in the tubes, but let's see how they look on my lips. Starting with the original Twig on one side of my lips. The original Twig has been discontinued and is described as a cool neutral with a muted rose tone. Now I'm going to take Twig Twist and apply it to the other side of my lips. Twig Twist is a reformulated, silky matte version of Twig with a touch more pink, and it makes it a warm pink or soft muted brownish pink. Twig Twist is supposed to be more moisturizing, but I'm actually finding that it is a bit more drying. Although they look quite different in the tubes, they look quite similar when they are on my lips. Swatching the original Twig on the back of my hand in studio lighting. Now swatching Twig Twist on the back of my hand in studio lighting. I've wiped everything off again so that I can switch to Velvet Teddy and Cool Teddy. As with Twig and Twig Twist, they really don't look very similar in the tubes. I'm going to start by applying Velvet Teddy, the original, on one side of my lips. This is one of my favorite lipsticks and I wear it often. Please excuse the dryness of my lips. And here we have the original Velvet Teddy on one side of my lips. Now I'm going to take Cool Teddy and apply it to the other side of my lips. They also have a Warm Teddy, but I don't have that one. Once I get it, I will do a comparison of the three. One thing that I'm noticing already between the original versus the newer versions is that the newer versions are a little bit drier, so they are a little bit harder to apply. From this comparison with Cool Teddy on one side and Velvet Teddy on the other side, I can see that the Cool Teddy is a little bit lighter in shade. Now applying the original Velvet Teddy on the back of my hand in studio lighting. Velvet Teddy is described as a warm, rosy brown nude, while a Cool Teddy is described as a cooler pinkish beige nude. Cool Teddy on the back of my hand in studio lighting. They do look quite different on the back of my hand versus on my lips. I should mention that I am an olive skin tone undertone for reference. Now I'm going to switch and swatch these lipsticks on my husband's arm. Going to start with the original Velvet Teddy. As you can see, his skin tone is quite a bit lighter than mine. Now I'm comparing it with Cool Teddy. I should mention that these are done in natural lighting by a big window. And here's a close-up shot. Velvet Teddy versus Cool Teddy. Swatching the original twig versus twig twist now, in natural lighting by a big window. Close-up of twig versus twig twist. Doing the same on my arm with all 4 lipsticks by a big window in natural lighting. So I started with Velvet Teddy, and now I'm going to do Cool Teddy. Going to do Twig and then Twig Twist. All 4 lipsticks in natural lighting by a big window, and then I'm going to add pictures of my husband's so you can see the difference. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I would love to know what you think, and if there are other shades that you would like me to compare. I do have quite a collection of lipsticks in general and a gigantic collection of MAC lipsticks. So I will be creating more and more videos similar to this just as I'm going through them. So all those videos will be coming up at some point, so please remember to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in those, and I would love it if you would hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any more of my videos. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.